Hi, my name is Pupperfish Pat, or just Pat. This is my very first reaction video ever. I promised Mr. Gweniverse that I would do a react to his final mix to this song because I really enjoyed the previous video version, and I didn't mention that there's too much to talk about in a single comment. I point out a couple of things which I'll get to later, but there's some other things I didn't mention. So there's a lot I wanted to talk about. So I said, okay, well, when he comes out with his final mix, I'm throwing my hat in the proverbial reactor's ring and filming a react to his video. So I do apologize for the black screen. Let me just start playing a little bit so you have some visual on the screen. There you go. Now, I'm going to do following what I think is the standard criteria method of reactors, where you let the video play through, no commentary, just observe, and then play it back and comment what I see, and go from there. Again, apologies in advance. So let's get started. Again, first run through will be no commentary, just simply observing.
Yeah. Like the fields, it's a new crusade. The roaches crawl from the cracks they made. Truth ain't trending, but it's on the way. Nick lit the spark, now the liars decay. You gon' let it day. Hey. Fox with a smile, CNN with a grin. Both sipping bias from the same tin. Newsroom halos dipped in sin. Truths in the shadows, Nick Shelley walked in. I move like leaflets, slick with a drip. Slime in the system and she don't slip. Base with the tank, she flips the script. Melt the pundit quick with a verbal clip. Asman the prophet, comments raw. Unfiltered voice, no corporate law. Ball that gleam when he calls what he saw. Media cab, he breaks that jaw. Right or left, red or blue. They talking for clicks, not truth for you. Argue loud while they harvest views. We bring in receipts, what's your excuse? Soft pins rule while the frost still play. Justice sleeps and the facts decay. Independent fire lights the way. You gon' let it day. Hey, Kiersh on the block with a Fox and News. Reporting truths they refuse to choose. Turbulence but the facts still bruise. And in every frame but the blade cuts through. Smuggle and a vibe and roach in a chat. Reacting to lies with a verbal gat. Bass so heavy the algorithms crack while anchors rehearse in a panic act. Naftaku blue, the internet's night. Hated for truth but he'll still fight. Caught up the dark, I could shed some light. Turn chaos into insight overnight. Digital saints with pixel crowns. Carved their names when the towers drown. You won't find truth in a cable sound. It's buried deep where the roaches found. They said trust us, we said prove it. They brought the files, now they can't move it. As we spoke loud, the crowd all knew it. Leaflets and facts in a meme influence. Right or left, red or blue, red, blue. They talking for clicks, not truth for you. Argue loud while they harvest views. We bring in receipts, what's your excuse? Justice blind, but the people say we won't bow to a talk show play. Creators speak and the suits obey. You gon' Lear today. Temple chill with the beanie high. Truth on tap while the rumors fly. Nick with the torch while the networks fry. Independent ink, that's how we sky. Leaflet laugh, melt spin like chrome. Asman stream truth right from his home. Smug and Kiersh, she roams zones unknown. Digital vigilantes claim the throne. Seeing and shaking, Fox and Fry. Nugs drops blue bombs overnight. We not the pundits, we the rewrite. Faith and fact, not left or right. So when the anger stutter and sway, remember who showed you the way. It wasn't the screens that begged you to stay. It was truth tellers online paving the day. Nick lit the match and the liars fade. You gon' Lear today.
Okay, so that was an awesome video. Mr. Gwynniverse is really good with the visual storytelling, and let's go back and run through it again so we can point out things that we saw. And I'm gonna point out some things I didn't mention that I saw earlier, but we're gonna get through it again. So back from the start. I do like this lorem ipsum thing with the, which is the, I think it's used in typesetting for to see how it would look in formatting. Nice, neat.
Yeah. Like the feeds, it's a new crusade. The roaches crawl from the cracks they made. Truth ain't trending, but it's on the way. Nick lit the spark, now the liars decay. You gon' let it day.
So of course, with the Lear, the Minnesota Lear Center, quality Lear Center, and how the truth isn't trending because in terms of mainstream media. I'm trying to sound smart, but I'm really not. Sorry.
Hey! Fox with a smile, CNN with a grin. Both sipping bias from the same tin. Newsroom halos dipped in sin. Truths in the shadows, Nick Shelley walked in. I move like leaflets, slick.
So leaflet. I can't think of a few that are as awesome as Miss Leaflet. I do like how every time they do a video and she's in it, she's just always adorable and super cute.
With the drip, slime and assist.
Then of course you have this here. This is a new one, the part of the final mix where she's in her slime form. The thing. Yeah, look at that. Look at that adorableness. A little slime girl on a mission.
Take, she flips the script, mother pundit quick with a verbal clip. Asman the prophet comments.
Asmongold, the Roach King. Obviously his the drink of Texas here, fellow Texan, Dr. Pepper. I wonder if this is, I do watch some clips of Asmongold, but I have not seen much of his actual streams, or I'm not sure if this I have seen some other videos with him having a Diet Coke. I'm not sure if it's a meme or he's trying to cut down on sugar or something. But anyway.
Unfiltered voice, no corporate law. Ball that gleam when he calls what he saw. Media cab, he breaks that jaw.
So right now we're coming with something I did notice in the previous version that I may have to go quick with Mr. Gwynniverse's editing of adding the effects. It may be really quick, so I have to probably do the whole little frame by frame it to find it again. Back. I think I found it here. Think it here. This is not a good image, but and I'm probably reading too much into this, but see right here how this, hopefully you can see our mouse. I'm looking at her face. That doesn't look like a sneer or a snarl. It looks like a smile, like they're in on the joke, you know, like, yeah, keep up the act, keep up the fight, you know, in a weird way. It's kind of like in professional wrestling, you have like the promos where you have two guys, you know, you say your part, I say my part, you know, and we'll play it up for the fight, match, whatever. And yes, sometimes there's actual animosity there, but for the most part, it is part of the show, part of the program. And this, to me, feels that's what's going on here, that it's part of the show that they give to the public instead of giving the information that they need. Like, this is the facts that's going on. You take it and you use your own thinking to determine what to do with that information, how you apply it, or what you make of it. I do like that. And that's a nice little bit of visual storytelling.
Here's on the block with a fox and
Of course, Miss Kirsche. I learned recently it's pronounced Kirsche. I always pronounced it Kirsche. Kirsche, actually. I actually was thinking about this is off topic, but I was actually thinking about I do something I like to do dessert. I make a perfectly serviceable bread pudding. I was thinking of doing like cookies, like a simple sugar cookie with a dollop of dark chocolate and 2 cherries on it. And I was going to call them Kirsch's Kisses. Only to find out her name is Kirsche, which would make it fall flat. Also, just an absolutely based spicy fox cat lady.
news reporting truth, they refuse to choose. Be two balloons, but the facts still bruise. And in every frame, but the blade cuts through. Smuggle and a vibe and roach in a chat, reacting to lies with a
Miss Lana here in my excuse me, in what I think my favorite model of hers is the Frost model, and I do like that she's been included because she's I don't know, to me she always seems to come at things from more of a social cultural angle. I mean she's well traveled. I mean she's pretty much Miss Worldwide, and that's not just because she's 400 pounds apparently, the meme. But she takes things from a very social aspect, from a, I guess, I'm not sure if cultural, but social kind of way. That's how I see it when I watched some videos on her on things, and she has a lot of fun energy. She's super cute as well.
verbal gag. Bass so heavy, the algorithms crack while anchors rehearse in a panic act. Now stop.
Sorry, go back to that. In the panic act, I probably saw like how do you say it? A bunch of supercuts where you saw news anchors repeating the same line, "Threat to our democracy," and it just supercut over and over until the point where they were in unison saying it, and it kind of reminds me of that, the panic act. And of course, you have Mr. Nux with Kaya. I guess this is like the Mr. Philchan and Harambe, but not in a pro.
Blue, the internet's night. Hated for truth, but he'll still fight. Caught up the dark, I could shed some light. Turn chaos into insight overnight. Digital saints with pixel crowns. Carve their names when the towers drown.
So I saw this video recently. I think I saw Miss Ember Paradox reacting to this. They were the nonprofits were handing the homeless expired food. And one part that really, really frustrated Miss Ember was that they were using the excuse like, well, this food's expired, but we can't get rid of it because there's no trash cans nearby. And it's like, well, put it back in your car, take it away, and then throw it when you have access to a trash can. You don't just leave it there, because there are babies on the street. And Miss Ember was really upset about that part, understandably. And they could risk and one of the babies eating that food and getting sick. But this also know that Mr. Nick Shirley was uncovering.
You won't find truth in a cable sound. It's buried deep where the roaches found. They said trust us, we said prove it. Nick brought the file.
That's also really interesting too. This is something that I really like about the video, how it's about the purpose of the news is to provide us with the information. They say with the news, provide us with the information. As I said, they're saying trust us, and we're saying, well, prove it. Show us the proof of what you're saying, not just commentary, not just opinion. Give us the information. Give us the, as the previous line in the song goes, the receipts. Prove it. You have to prove that you are trustworthy every single time you present us information. I'm sorry about that. Present us information and provide proof that it is valid. And that way we can make an informed decision. And now Mr. Nick Shirley's having to take up the mantle.
Now they can't move it. As we spoke loud, the crowd all knew it.
Sorry, go back here. Go. Now I see Miss Penny, I want to say Bloomfield. But this is her, I think her profile picture. She's typically known as for clippy for the paperclip. So that's pretty cool. And of course, the ever awesome Miss Leaflet. So this part I did mention in the comment I placed in the last video, where it is interesting that, you know, Mr. Gwenniverse here is fighting both red and blue. So it is right or left, but I also view it as he's taken on both Republicans and Democrats. And one thing that may be viewed as a bit of a criticism on, you know, commentary is that people are just dogpiling on the Democrats, just dogpiling on them, and that, you know, and only attacking them and saying that, kind of leaving, well, not being explicit, sort of letting people think that the claim is that the Republicans or the right are blameless, that they're perfect, they have not done anything wrong, and this is not the case. You know, either by inaction or by complicity or being complicit, they allowed a lot of what happened in Minnesota to happen. So it's not just, yeah, the Democrats are in power and they're the ones that allowed it, that in some cases were responsible for this, but they were unchallenged, or at least not challenged in any significant way that stopped it. And this is part of it. And yeah, he does. Yeah, and so that's why he's fighting both of them, both the red and the blue. Both, he's calling out the Republicans and the Democrats in his own way. And of course, this, I just made the dumb joke here, and also the comment was how the Golden Gloves means that these mitts really are rated E for everyone.
It's not true for you. Argue loud while they harvest views. We bring in receipts. What's your excuse? Justice blind, but the people say we won't bow to a talk show play. Creators speak and the suits obey. You gon' Lear today. Chill with the beanie high.
Of course, Mr. Tim Pool here with his his beanie containing his superpowers. Apparently, he's known as the, you know, the ultimate fence sitter, but I don't really see him that way. But also, don't really have really much of an opinion on Mr. Tim, but I think he's overall a solid individual.
Truth on tap while the rumors fly. Nick with the torch, what the networks fry.
Funny how I also gave a very milquetoast fence sitter opinion.
Independent ink, that's how we sky.
I think that was Miss Amelia.
Leaflet laugh melts.
I don't care. I'm always going to pause and point out how adorable Miss Leaflet is.
Laugh melts spin like chrome. Asman stream truth right from his home. Smug
Mr.
here, she
Asman.
roams on.
That is an awesome image, and in a way, absolutely terrifying. If both Miss Kirsha and Miss Alana are going after you, you're done. You messed up bad.
Zones unknown. Digital vigilance.
Okay. Oh, cool. This is a good shot too. So
Claim the
this part right here, there's something that I really love about that. It's Mr. Gaming Syndicate here, who's the one that, go back, dude, that kicks down this door and finds the throne.
digital vigilantes claim the throne.
So, because look at the scenery. Back to the frame by frame it. Boop 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 boop. Okay, see how here it's all run down and dilapidated and ignored.
Vigilantes.
And we'll go back to Mr. Game Sits. Look at this dude. Just forgetting the black and red is, you know, rule of cool. He looks like a scavenger explorer, someone who's be diving deep into ruins and whatnot. And these goggles, he has a gas mask for the environments, but also the goggles. It's not just rule of cool. he has all the setup, you know, thermal, infrared, assuming that's different, night vision, ultraviolet, maybe a 2% detector in there. I won't say that, maybe that's what that is. But it's cool that he's the one that finds the throne. And why is the throne hidden away? Because guess what? The media discarded it. And we'll get to the throne in a bit later.
Claim the throne, seeing and shaking, Fox and Fry, Nux drops blue bombs.
Because Mr. Nux, everyone's favorite blue Jew, now a drummer in some of the a good chunk of well, not good chunk, but I know I think it's Mr. Fashizi is doing videos and he's always the drummer. But yeah, Mr. the Blue Jew.
Overnight, we not the pundits, we the rewrite. Faith and fact, not left or right. So when the anger stutter and sway, remember who showed you the way. It wasn't the screens that begged you to stay. It was truth tellers online paving the day. Nick lit the match and the liars fell.
Hold up, I want to go back to this real quick. Go back here. Go back. Go back. Go back. Okay, so you know, I said Nick lit the match, so now you have all these other commentaries that are, you know, spreading the message, spreading what's going on, and how it's not just Mr. Shirley. You have other people that are speaking out and really going against what the mainstream media is. I know they're saying that you don't hate the media enough. In a weird way, that's true. It's sad, really, that you can't really trust the media anymore because that's where you're supposed to rely on the information. But it's a new age, and now we have, you know, folks who say, you know, fine, we'll do it ourselves.
The match and the liars fell. You gon' live today.
I keep forgetting the name, but I want to say it's Mr. Silas Frostrunner, I want to say. I feel bad for not knowing his name. But of course, we saw Skybrows, always in his iconic monochrome and glasses. So I think he's just in his in a shirt, not with a coat on, but doesn't matter. Still looks cool. And again, folks that are doing investigating, what's going on. So this actually was really cool. I also mentioned it in the comment in the previous, before this final edit, where him being on a throne, it was a way of him restoring trust in reporting, trust in the people that are bringing the news. You know, he's starting it, and now it's up for others to, you know, pick up the mantle and actually start presenting the truth. We're all going to have our biases on these things, but it's important to have the information, accurate information, and not just the story. Yeah. Excellent video. Excellent visual storytelling. Again, back Mr. Greniverse. And I'm going to... Oh, I thought I could zoom down. Exit my full screen. Scroll down. Give us a thumbs up. So it's Saturday, February 28th. So not sure. Like I said, this is my very first reaction to, or rather, this is the first time I'm creating a reaction to a video. So I'm not entirely sure what the rules are, quote unquote, the rules are for a react video. So I'm going to post this tomorrow at noon. Hopefully that's okay. If it's not, I do apologize, and I'll be sure to correct this for future. But it's an excellent video, and of course I'm going to be linking the original video in the description. So definitely check it out and support Mr. Greniverse. So with all the things he did. Thanks for your patience. All right. Take care. Bye.